Hey guys, me again. Hope that you guys are having an awesome day. I'm here to teach people who are interested in learning more about tarot, the basics of tarot, as well as the astrological signs that are associated with the cards. So the first thing that we're going to discuss is when you're first learning tarot, it's really important that you understand the kings, the queens, the knights, and the pages. So I did just do another video on that. So if you understand those elements, then when I discuss the astrological meanings, that will make more sense to you. As well, if you watch my other video about the 4 elements, this is also going to make more sense how they come together and how we can read the cards a bit better. Okay, so let's get on with it. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the fire sign. So we have Aries, which is the king of fire. So we already know that kings are very masculine, and we already know that fire is very much about that energy, like passion, and just those feelings that need to come out of a person. So if we're mastering with the king those feelings that are coming out and taking action on it. As an Aries person, myself, this is someone who is very, very, not just intuitive, but they're very connected and very forward moving. So Aries are, without making it too complicated, they're very naturally optimistic. They tend to be able to go with the flow, as I was saying, keep moving forward, and they're able to trust that the energy is right when it is. And so typical Aries energies would be suited in something like sales, that sort of thing, because they're able to really believe in things, okay? So if you see an Aries energy, this might represent someone who is in leadership or someone who's representing leadership energy, okay? So then we'll talk about the Queen of Fire. Queen of Fire represents Leo, and so again, feminine energy attached to those strong feelings. So we already know that Aries can be quite intuitive because they're working with that energy. So Queen of Fire is all about their ability to just know what to do, not just with leadership with one thing, but with everything. Leos tend to be very ambitious. They're seen as the lion, so they're able to get a lot of stuff done. So if we see someone who's representing a Leo energy, they might be demonstrating someone who's very versatile and flexible. Okay, so then we have the Knight of Fire. The Knight of Fire is Sagittarius. So knights, we know, are very advanced. They're not mastering things per se, but they're very advanced. They have a lot of knowledge. And with each card, again, we're working with lessons. So what energy are we learning from these people? That would be the key thing. There's always negative qualities to every sign, to every person. We're going to focus on the positive qualities and attributes. So Sagittarius energy, they tend to be very philosophical. So they are really focused on purpose, as I said, connection. So they want to find meaning in things. They want to just understand why we're moving forward, and they tend to be a fairly fun sign. So when we see someone who's in that Sagittarius energy, we know that they're going into to do things with purpose and meaning, that sort of thing. So you might see that, okay, you're not just kind of like whatever, you're really wanting this, that sort of thing, which is great. So then, if we have the Page of Wands, it's a younger energy that's attached to the fire, but it doesn't have an astrological sign, okay? But what we do want to know, that when there's a page of fire, that a young person with a lot of potential. So when we see that card, we want to encourage that person to understand that those ideas that they have can really become something if they continue to feed that energy. So we're feeding our young children to encourage, okay? Telling them, yes, it just takes a little spark to ignite a huge fire. Okay, so let's talk about water element. Water, we know, is the feelings and really connecting into that heartfelt energy. So if we're looking at the King of Cups, this might indicate, and again, cups and water are the same thing. If we look into a Cancer energy, Cancers are very compassionate, they're very empathetic, they really master the feelings. So we know that they might be our counselors, people who are just able to care, that sort of thing, and they do it with confidence and strength and things like that. So we know that somebody's really sympathetic if that card comes up, which is really great. Then we have the Queen of Cups, which is our Scorpio energy. So if we see this, because it's a feminine energy with the emotions, these are our psychics, these are also our intuitives, clairvoyance, things like that. And I have Scorpio in my sign, it makes sense. And these people, the key thing with them is just that they're so in tune with the feelings, that we know that relationships are really important to them. So we want to encourage people that get the Queen of Cups, aside from telling them how psychic they are, that we want to tell them that it's important that they're really paying attention to their relationships, okay? Because Scorpios tend to have this relationship within themselves. So that's usually when we see that card, we're like, yes, you're very like psychic, but you're also might need to focus on relationships just a tiny bit more. As I said, they're all positive cards, but there's always like a lesson too. So the more we can identify with these astrological signs and their meanings, the more information we're going to be able to give someone, okay? So just store it all up here. Just kidding. Just take notes and that sort of thing. And then we can just refer to that, back to that when we're learning and practicing. Tons of books out there. At some point I might write a book, but I haven't done that yet. So until then, this is what you're getting. Excuse me. So if we look at the Knight of Cups, this is Pisces energy. And Pisces tend to really be very goal-oriented. They really like things to be perfect. As I was saying, that they're advanced, they haven't quite mastered it, but they're very much about that heart. So it can often represent, if it's an event of some sort, if we see that card, it could be related to like an engagement, because they're trying to perfect what they already have, that sort of thing. So it's often that they have these really high goals. And so again, maybe a lesson for them might be to just lower those expectations that they have, because it's, again, if it's an event, they're moving forward, that sort of thing. But if they have these really high goals, it's great that they're that way, but maybe just take it down a little notch. So if we learn different things, then we can encourage people in different ways, right? So then we have the Page of Cups. So if you look at a young person when it comes to their feelings and emotion, this might be that their imagination's really active, that they're kind of in a fantasy energy. Again, if it represents an event, it might be a newborn baby, something like that they're just focusing on. It might be something new that they're creating in their life and that they're just really happy about, and they're like only focusing on that. But that's not a bad thing. It's just that's where their attention is. That in there, right? So again, we're working with the younger energies, so we're just taking note of it, okay? So when we go into air energy, we have the King of Air. King of Air represents Libra energy. Libras are really known to be quite authoritative because they're able to look at things from all different perspectives. They're known for their fairness and their justice energy. So when we see that, we know that someone's being quite fair with their mindset. They're really opening up their mind to seeing things in different ways, which is great. Queen of Air is all about Aquarius, and Aquariuses are kind of our teachers. They're really known for their strength in overcoming things, and so they're really great for working with youth and teaching younger people how to not let the past get them down and to stay in that strong energy with courage and learning from experiences. So that's really great when we see the Aquarius energy. We know that somebody's really working on how to overcome things. So, and again, keep in mind, it's always related to like the feminine with the sign. So if you watch those other videos, again, you might find that you can combine that with this video a bit more too, as well as my numerology. So when we look at the page of air, the page of air is very much like a young person with their mind. So if you think about a young person with in their mind, that they have to stay really stimulated, they might fall into gossip, things like that. So when we see that energy, we want to encourage those people to find more stimulation with people who are better suited for them, people who don't gossip, people who can actually teach them things so that they can keep their mind really healthy and occupied. The night of air, because I missed that, is Gemini. So Gemini energy is very much about learning. So learning is, as we know, key with air energy. And so if we look at those people as being, they need to stay really busy and they need to learn a lot, they're just known for education. So when we see that, we just want to keep encouraging someone to keep studying, keep learning, things like that, so that the energy doesn't become destructive. Similar to the page, but Gemini is just very much about, that's why they have two personalities. They can be a little bit of a trickster if they're not staying occupied. They might be a professor, something like that, because they just have this need to continuously learn. Excuse me. Okay, let's go into the earth energy, earth signs. When we have the king of earth, this is all about Capricorn energy. So Capricorn energies are very much about working really hard. They like to take care of the family, pay the bills, things like that. They're very much known to be very strong mathematically. So money is very important to them, but they're very responsible and they make sure that things are really taken care of. So if we see that with someone, we know that they're in a good place, like organization-wise with their finances, that they're doing a lot of hard work. So we want to encourage those people to tell them that they're doing a really great job and they're being good people, basically. When we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have Taurus energy. So Tauruses are known for their five senses. They're known for good food, they want good drinks, nice environments, friends, things like that. So we know that when we see that card, that it's teaching this person to keep embracing and appreciating anything to do with their senses. So just taking time to just really value things and just you know, stop and smell the roses, that sort of thing. When we have the night. Sorry, I'm not used to doing these videos, so I have to keep it all in my brain. When we have the night of earth, this is Virgo energy, and Virgos are known when they have something on their mind, they go for it and they don't stop. Again, a little bit different than mastering the money, but it's like they're very hard workers and they really are known for perseverance. So when we see someone who has Virgo energy in their spread, or they pull that card out, we just tell them that their vision is very strong and just to keep going and that it will happen, and it's obvious that they're on a mission to accomplish something, and that's a good thing to keep encouraging them. They're also really connected to animals and nature and things like that. So just reassuring them that, you know, connecting again to those like sensitivities of things that are natural are really great for their spirit. Okay. When we have the page of earth, this is someone who needs to have a little bit more patience when it comes to finances. Sometimes we want to be further ahead than where we actually are, and we want to encourage this person to just, you know, acknowledge that they're not quite where they want to be yet, but that's okay, that we have to plant these seeds and in order to grow them. So just remind them of that it takes a little bit of time. Okay, not everybody wants to hear that, but these are just little things that you might find helpful when you're working with the pages to the kings. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I want to hear about your tarot journey. Is it working for you? I also teach angel card readings and other classes. If you're interested in different topics, let me know and I can help you out a bit. Bye for now.